Welcome to Mysteries, Myths, and Legends. I'm Taylor.
I'm Savannah.
And happy Wednesday, everybody.
Happy June.
Happy Pride. If you are not watching, I am waving a pride flag right now as we speak because it is the month of Pride. So
yeah,
we must celebrate.
We have to. We
do.
Yeah. Happy June again, everyone. Yeah. And nothing else to say about that.
Yeah. It's almost summer.
I know.
It's 104 days in summer vacation. I miss summer vacation.
We did just have... I tried really hard to have a summer party because, Memorial Day is like the unofficial start of summer, right?
Summer.
So I tried to have a good Memorial Day party.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out it rained the whole day and it was
50
cold.
degrees.
Yeah. So... didn't really work out in my favor, but we still had fun.
I had fun. It was just a fun cold party instead of a fun summer party.
True.
Yeah. But the food was good, the games were good, so that's what matters.
Yeah, so
still fun. But yeah, hoping the best out of it. Not that I'm saying I want 100-degree weather, but it's spring and not winter, and it's giving winter these past couple days.
I know.
So I need some summertime.
I think it'll get here.
Yeah, and next party, Summerween.
I know. No, we need it.
Apparently, I actually was looking it up. Summerween is actually an official day.
Okay.
And I think it marks a specific amount of time before Halloween, and it's June, June 20-something. I'll send you a TikTok later.
Okay.
But
interesting, because I thought it was just kind of isn't it kind of a made up thing?
It is.
But what?
It is. But I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I just saw.
Okay. And we're going to have to look into that and figure that out. Because I'm curious now. I'm like, why is it a specific day?
Same.
And also around the 20th. So that.
Maybe I know. I feel like the day started 26th.
I think I saw the 22nd actually.
Or 22nd.
Which doesn't fully make sense either because Halloween is on the 31st. But.
Right, but I don't do math, so I don't know how many days that is till Halloween.
True. Yeah, it could mark a specific
I think
date.
it does.
Okay.
But regardless, next party is Summerween themed.
Mm-hmm. It has to be.
Yeah. I'm excited. I have all my Halloween decorations. Listen, I know it's just June as we're speaking right now, but I can feel the Halloween defrosting in my soul.
I know.
And I honestly start putting out the decorations very early. It's like my Christmas, essentially, is Halloween. So.
Honestly, no, I so feel that. Summer is basically pre-Halloween.
Yeah, so. It's summer is my Thanksgiving and Halloween is my Christmas.
Yeah.
Because I don't really, if you know me, I don't really like Thanksgiving. I don't really love Christmas.
Yeah.
I think I'm just
gotta enjoy these holidays.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a summer Halloween kind of gal.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Anyway, do you have any updates for us?
I was just thinking, we did not see a movie.
I know. Yeah, we didn't have any.
That's unfortunate.
Movie updates this week.
No, and we were we have maybe half an update is that we're gonna go see Lilo and Stitch.
Oh yeah.
And then we heard some spoilers. We won't say them on here, but
we heard some unfortunate spoilers that we didn't like, so we're we don't want to see it.
No. No, I don't want to really waste my time on a movie I know I'm not gonna like with the spoilers that we know. So, another movie. I still want to see Thunderbolts, so I'm trying to convince Savannah to go. I'm gonna have to go see it without her.
I might go see that. I think I saw something about that movie that made me
want to go. It was a TikTok of this couple, and the boyfriend wanted to go see it, and the girlfriend was like, I don't really want to see it. But then she ended up loving it, and he was like, she wanted to talk about it, and he was like, okay, it's just a movie.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay, you made me go.
Yeah.
So now, actually, we have to go see it in support of that girl.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, I'm down. We can go see it.
Movie update next week, guys.
Uh-huh.
But, other than that, I really don't have many more intro topics. But one thing I did want to say is, if you don't mind, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Please. But if you don't have any more intro topics, if you want to get into the tarot of the week.
Okay.
Before we started recording, actually, I was sending very positive juju vibes into those cards.
Yeah.
Because we got to know.
Yeah, because honestly, I don't know. Some of the past few ones we've gotten have not been I mean, they've been fine, but they haven't been our favorite.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. And
so we're hoping for a good week.
Yeah. We need a good positive card. I want like happiness, serenity, calm, rest. That's the 4 words that I want out of these cards.
Honestly, I am already feeling pretty good this week, so maybe that's a good sign.
Yeah, that's true. It's only a 4-day work week for us as we're recording, so that helps. Helps a lot. ASMR time.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about the fact that it's not normal for it to be a 4-day work week.
So true.
I wish it was.
So true.
Okay. Oh, I almost dropped all of them.
Listen, that would have been a big fumble, okay? But she didn't, guys. She saved it.
We got, the 2 of Wands. Another wand one, because last week we got wands too.
Okay, let's see. 2 of Wands. Okay, guys. This week, the 2 of Wands upright. The 4 words are focus, decisions, discovery, and planning.
Okay.
And so the wand cards, just in case you guys forgot, and me, because I did forget too. The suit of wands mirror your consciousness and gives insight into the core of what you are, both internal and external. Mm-hmm. And they urge you to take actions in the situations that arise in your life. So.
Okay. See, this is already pretty accurate for me because I am doing some more to plan my wedding this week. So
nice.
There is planning going into it.
Yeah, good. So you're going to be focused, make decisions, and plan. Love that for you.
Exactly.
Love that. Oh, she got the box. If you saw that video, that was so funny. You got it right out from underneath me. That's so funny. Well, fun. Love that for us. Mm-hmm. But if you want to get into your story, Savannah.
All right. Yep. Let's get started. So this week, got a haunted house. Going back to the roots.
Love that.
So this week I'm going to be talking about the Red Brick Tavern.
Dun dun dun. Mm-hmm. Sounds like we're going to be making some pizza.
Red Brick. It's not pizza.
I know. I figured it wasn't.
Yeah. So this came up because I was actually looking for a story in London, but then what came up was London, Ohio.
Okay.
So it was something in London, Ohio.
Funny. Okay, I have to ask a question. I don't want to anger the people of Ohio, but like why is every city in Ohio named after somewhere else? Like there's Miami, Ohio. That's like the first one that comes to mind. There's others, I'm sure.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Spoiler alert, my story is actually also from Ohio.
Really?
And it's coming out of Bellaire, which is also in California. So that is another example.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well.
Somebody, Ohio, answer, please.
Listen.
Is there a reason
This
for
is
that?
the Ohio episode, okay, guys?
Right.
So anyway.
Yeah, London, Ohio.
London, Ohio. But then also, I looked more closely at the address of this place, and it's actually in Lafayette, Ohio, which is like...
Okay, but that's a person. That's a famous person.
It's within London, I guess. I don't even know. So
Ohio, explain.
Right, I know. So I guess it's Lafayette, but near London. I don't know. So this building is a colonial-style building made of red brick, just like the name of it.
I was hoping.
And it dates back to 1836. It's actually along the route of the National Road, which is like one of the first roads that went through the area to like cut across like the west, you know?
Yeah.
To go out west when the pioneers were going out west, you know?
Yeah.
That kind of era. Mm-hmm. So yeah, one of the first major highways in the country, and it brought many thousands of settlers like across it. So because this tavern was on that road, it was a lot of people have been there you know?
Like everybody, essentially. Because I'm sure at the time that was probably like the only road, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, basically was.
Everyone.
So this building has operated as an inn, a tavern, a school, actually, for a time, and a private residence.
Oh, wow.
And it is currently a restaurant.
What? Okay, I was not expecting that. Wait, do they sell pizza?
Actually, I didn't look at their menu, but I think it's more like like a tavern, like a food and beer.
I bet pizza's on the menu.
It could be.
Wait, what's it called again? I'm looking
at
the
Red Brick Inn. Or no, Red Brick Tavern.
Okay, I'm looking at their menu just because I have to know.
Red Brick Tavern. Yeah. So yes, this place was many different things as the years went by. But it was the first thing I guess was the inn. But does it have pizza?
Yeah, it does have pizza. I just felt it in my soul.
The Red Brick has pizza. We love it.
Guys, alert. The Red Brick has pizza.
Okay. So, while I was researching this, I found something that I think it was like a little clip from podcasters that were talking about this place. So, a separate podcast. But they said that there's something called the Fayette factor, which is like apparently William Grimstad, this man in the 1970s, he noticed that places named after Marquis de Lafayette seem to have a higher number of paranormal instances.
You know, I have noticed that before. Because,
really?
Of course, Lafayette is in Hamilton, if you didn't know.
Okay.
So every time we talk about a place that's Lafayette, I'm always like thinking of Hamilton. And I feel like I think of it often because normally it is places of Lafayette.
I mean,
that's crazy.
I think a lot of, like, most places that are named Lafayette are probably after this guy.
100%.
And so, like, it's kind of just a silly thing, not really concrete in any facts about it being, like, these places being haunted. But it seems to be kind of true. Like, I mean, it's maybe more of just, like, a coincidence. But it's still, like...
That's a crazy... I mean, yeah, sure. There's a lot of places. Because
they're not haunted by him.
Yeah, but, like...
But it's just haunted, no?
I don't know.
It is true in this case, because in Lafayette, there's this place that is haunted.
So. Love it.
Okay, so this town of Lafayette, it was settled by William and Mary Minter, and they had 9 children.
Too many for me, personally. Sorry, no hate to y'all.
So they settled the town in 1829. And in 1831, Stanley Watson, he came to town and he met one of their daughters, Effa Minter. So they got to know each other and they ended up getting married.
Lovebirds.
Yep. I did not get their ages, so that's interesting. But we're just gonna assume that they were
close in age.
Yeah, assume that they were close in age. So anyway, they got married, and William, Effa's father, gave them a plot of land to build an inn and a tavern. So this is where they got the Red Brick Tavern.
Nice. So I wish somebody would give me an inn and a tavern. I would love that.
I know.
So if anybody wants to, I'll gladly accept.
Yeah. So 2 years after opening the Red Brick Tavern, Effa became aware that her husband was cheating on her.
That's just wrong, man.
Uh-huh.
That's not even a long time.
I know. And unfortunately, she could not bear this news, and she did end up taking her own life because of it.
That's very so sad, terrible.
Yeah. Before she did take her own life, she actually embroidered the phrase "Remember me" on a piece of cloth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
And she left that behind. And it's actually still hanging in the inn today on the second floor.
I was not expecting you to say that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, wow. Wow, that's dark.
That's crazy. I know.
I mean, honestly, I'm glad it's hanging there because she will be remembered that way.
Yeah. And it is stained a little bit, so people say that it has her blood on it.
I honestly too stunned for words at that moment.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, kind of obvious at this point, Effa does haunt the building, and she's known to whisper in people's ears. She also is seen in the windows on the 3rd floor, and she will turn lights on and off, and is heard just walking through the building.
Oh,
just walking around.
Okay.
So she's just all over the place.
Yeah,
you know.
She's just chilling.
She's basically, I feel like she's just never left this place because it's just her home still.
Yeah.
I don't know. It is kind of sad though in a way because like she took her own life to leave her husband, and then did she even leave him because then she was stuck in this tavern for the rest of eternity.
I know. It's horrible. But like maybe she wanted to stay there. Because he's not there now.
True. Yeah, like he's gone now, but he was there
immediately after.
But so there's also another little ghostly friend here. There's a ghost piano player in this tavern too. Yes. So there's an elderly gentleman that played the piano in the dining room for years. So he had like it was his spot basically to sit and play piano for everybody. And his name was Ray, and he never left the tavern either. So he still sits there and plays the piano. He's seen on the 1st floor just walking around. So that one's really gets me too, because it's almost like I feel like he would be one to just kind of blend in with everybody else, and nobody would even realize he's a ghost until like he just disappears or something.
Right. Or like you're like, oh, I love like whoever was playing the piano, and they're like, nobody was playing the piano.
Right. Yeah. It's like only you can hear it.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting that kind of vibe from it.
Honestly, I feel like ghosts playing pianos it seems like it would be comforting because like, pianos are beautiful, but that actually scares me.
You think so?
Like just if I was in the house and the piano started playing, I would be losing it.
Yeah. I guess it would depend because honestly, if it was
if
there was a lot of people around.
Well, then I probably wouldn't believe
it. Scared. Oh, true. But what if, because it could actually be a ghost and you just wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But if it's just you in there, then you would know and then you'd be scared. So.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I would be friends with Ray though.
Yeah. He seems nice. So the current owners of the Red Brick Tavern, they say they haven't experienced anything paranormal since they bought the place in 2021. But the previous owner did tell them about ghosts, and they do hear from customers that they like people often experience this just eerie feeling. It's just being in there, and they see pictures moving. There's just like a lot of crazy things that happen here.
That's crazy that the owners are like, no, we haven't seen anything though.
Right.
Maybe they just don't want to believe.
I feel like it's a mix of like don't want to believe, and also like they bought it in 2021, which is like, yes, that was like 4 years ago, but that's, I mean,
yeah, maybe they aren't as active, the ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, we are not comfortable yet. We can't be showing out for these newbies, not yet.
Yes. So I also saw some comments on a post about this place, so I wanted to go through those. So I'm just gonna read them word for word of what these people said.
Okay.
Somebody said, when we lived in London, Ohio, we went to the Red Brick often. Food was okay. Savage for real. But I always felt that the bar had an ominous ambiance. I would never have gone upstairs ever. It was just eerie. So
that makes me want to go upstairs.
Right, I know. So it's like, even if you're just there all the time, like you would know that it's kind of haunted just from the vibe you get. Yeah, just the vibe. Okay, I have another one. Okay, so somebody else said, as I was waiting for my meal, something came up to my back and I felt a warm push at my back. something/someone was there, but no one was around.
No. Because I've experienced that before.
Yeah.
Put like feeling literally this, but on your back. Like it feels just like that. It feels like somebody, and I was so convinced that it was a person. And then I turned around and nobody's behind me, and I'm like,
no,
okay,
that's so scary.
So that, like, even if it wasn't like malicious, it's still so scary.
It is, because it's like,
you're touching me.
Touch me.
You're touching me, and I can't see you.
Yeah, right. I know. Like, I don't know. And then in this, like, I feel like I believe these people because they're just writing a random comment on a post. Like, why else would they be writing it?
They're not getting famous and making money off that. Yeah.
Right. It's like, yeah. Okay, I have another one. This one's kind of longer. Okay. So, this person says, I lived about 5 minutes away in Amherst Meadows in London. I went to eat there at Thanksgiving. My big bad cousin thought it would be a good idea to try and talk to her, meaning the ghost.
Yeah.
So they're trying to talk to the ghost.
Yeah.
Me being little didn't want to, but I did anyways. So we went upstairs to the 3rd floor, but the door was locked. So my cousin started tapping his finger on the door for a minute, and nothing happened. But the curtains on the door started moving a lot and then just stopped. I was so scared, I almost peed myself. My cousin and I thought it was hilarious. I think the way this is written is kind of like really bad grammar, but okay. My cousin thought it was hilarious, so he started doing it again. Then he stopped. Then there's a thumping sound on the other side of the door.
Oh.
And then we ran.
Oh.
And then at the end it says, "Thanks for reading."
You're welcome.
But yeah, so that one was crazy too, because it's like they went up there and they're like, okay, we can't get in, so let's just tap on the door. And then something tapped back.
Yeah. That could have been a person, though.
It could have, but like, I don't know. Like,
it also could easily have not been.
Yeah. So you don't know. Ooh. I don't know. This place just seems eerie and creepy.
Definitely.
I'll post a picture of this embroidery, but I do have a picture of it right here if you want to see.
Whoa.
This is Remember Me.
Okay, okay. For one, that's way more intricate than I thought it was going to be.
Me too, honestly.
And that's also way more blood than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Like, I know, and honestly, it's so bright red. Is it even blood? Because like over years, would it still be like that?
Yeah. I just, because that looks like really thick material. If you're not watching or looking at our Instagram picture, the font, I was just thinking like somebody did like one single line of quilt Remember Me. This is like the SpongeBob T when he's writing the word "the."
No, it really is, actually.
It's like very intricate. Wow.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's still hanging up there.
I know. Like, they still have it and they're like, actually though, taking it back a step, who hung it up to begin with? Like, did her husband hang it up?
Right.
Because
I wanted to ask that.
If it was him, then like, I kind of hope it wasn't, because that just seems like he's mocking her in a way.
I mean, or maybe he felt so guilty. It's either like he was mocking, or maybe he felt so guilty that he was like, okay, I have to remember.
I will remember you by hanging this up.
Yeah. Oh, man. I was going to say, like, let's hope he's not a bad guy, but, like, we already know he cheated on her.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what to assume.
Yeah.
That is so
anyway,
crazy.
Yeah, that's the legend of the Red Brick Tavern.
Would you eat there?
Yeah, I think I would.
Would you go to the 3rd floor?
Maybe.
I would do both. I really would.
I'm go up there.
Curious about their pizza, for one. And for two, I'm curious about the 3rd floor. Yeah.
Well, this person, one of the comments did say that the food was okay.
I know.
But, you know.
I did not forget that. But, like, maybe they didn't get the pizza.
You know what? Maybe they've changed their recipes.
Exactly. Or maybe that person has really bad taste.
Yeah.
Who's to say?
Oh my gosh. No, I do. I feel like this would be worth going to.
Definitely.
And trying to see the ghosts.
Definitely.
So, if you've been there, definitely let us know.
Yeah. And I really, especially if you've eaten the pizza.
Yeah, if you've eaten
and
the
especially if you've been to the third floor.
Yeah, let us know if it tastes like Red Brick, like the frozen pizza.
Yeah. Facts. That's the facts. Well, I did kind of already spoil that my story is coming from Ohio. That's weird. Like when you said,
it's kind of weird
because you said London, and I was like, okay, totally London, cool. And then you said Ohio, and I said,
yeah,
get out of my head.
That is kind of crazy because I wasn't even really thinking of doing Ohio. Like I told you, I was looking. I was trying to find something in London.
Yeah, I was trying to find something out of the United States too, and then somehow I stumbled across this one. So I have for you this week the legend of the Bellaire House, and it's also a haunted house in Ohio. So maybe we do an Ohio tour.
Yeah,
Ohio, let's go to Ohio. Let us know. As I've already said 100,000 times, I have many questions for the Ohioans today.
Yes.
But yes, so my story is coming out of Bellaire, Ohio. And somebody did tell me to cover this story, but I can't remember who, and I didn't write it down. So I'm sorry, but thank you, and shout out to you. But yes, so the Bellaire House is located at 1699 Belmont Street in Bellaire, Ohio. Of course, we have the allegations of this being one of the most haunted houses in America. Apparently, on some official list, it's number 5.
Okay. They always say that.
I know. But they do say, like, it's up there with, like, the Whaley House, the Amityville House.
Okay. Well, how have I not heard of it then?
You know, I don't know. I don't know.
Have you?
No. Before that? Okay. No, but I am shocked.
Yeah.
I am shocked.
Interesting.
So let's just get right on into it. And I will say our stories have so many similarities. Like, our houses were kind of built at the same time and stuff like that. So it's just crazy. I wonder how far they are from each other. Because, you know, I don't know Ohio geography. But
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Anywho, the Bellaire House was built in 1847. And it was actually built on the site of a former coal mine. Yep, and it was actually called Coal Mine Number 1.
Wait, I don't understand how that could be possible. So the coal mine's underneath, or what?
Well, I mean, yeah. But, like, the entrance isn't there, you know? But, like, yeah. I mean, you got to think the coal mines go for miles and miles and miles. There's tons of houses on top of the coal mines. Like, even in the ones we went into in West Virginia, there's tons of houses.
That's true. Okay.
It's hard to think about. Like, it's crazy. Like, yeah. But, like, there's a reason why it's built on the coal mine. You'll see.
Right. Okay.
But this house also sits on top of a ley line. Do you know what a ley line is, Savannah?
I sort of remember what that is, but
remind me. Honestly, it's a wonderful topic for an entire episode of the podcast. Okay. We're going to have to look into that for another day. But just the quick definition for today. These are imaginary straight lines that are theorized to connect significant landmarks, sacred sites, and other notable locations around the world. So some people say like Stonehenge, the pyramids of Giza, Machu Picchu, and all of the other like really big sites in the world. If you're looking at them on a map, they all connect like with straight lines, which is a really weird like coincidence, quote unquote, I guess. Mm-hmm. Who's really to say? That's for another day to get into. But this house does fall on a ley line connected to all of those other spiritual places. And they do say, like, places that are on ley lines, not like they're kind of like portals and kind of you can like travel following a ley line.
Okay.
And that people did that. So, like, kind of the theory is that all these places have like a lot of spiritual energy and all of these things. Ghost in this case, it's kind of just like a energy charging zone that like if you're located on a ley line. That's just like a very brief overview, but it may people think that it kind of explains like why this place, on top of the history that I'll get into, but like why this place is so haunted.
Okay, so if your house is on a ley line, you're more likely to have like the paranormal stuff. Yeah, it's like it's closer to the other side.
Yeah, almost. I think it's like the ghost highway kind of thing. Yes. Like that's just the road they travel on. So like there's tons of people, I guess. Yeah, so ley lines for another day, but just know this house is on one.
Okay.
So back in the day, a man named Jacob Hetherington. He was a respected coal mining tycoon of the time, and he is the one who built the Bellaire House in 1847. And he built this house near the sacred Shawnee Native American burial caves. You know, me and Savannah's lore. You know, we have some history with the Shawnee tribe.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. So these caves, they lead actually to the coal mine today. And in the caves actually runs like through the Ohio River runs through like this area too. Mm-hmm. So we have like these caves that have the Shawnee tribe, which just has so much history that we aren't even going to get into today. Like, go check out our other episodes on that, like the Mothman episodes and other things like that. But the Ohio River, do you ever remember talking about that?
The Ohio River? Mm-hmm. I do, vaguely.
Mm-hmm. So that is the river that Mothman flies over.
Yes.
Like connecting Ohio and West Virginia.
Yeah, and we've been by.
We have been. Yep, we have been to the Ohio River. Okay. But also we talked about it in episode 122 when I talked about Bobby Mackey's Music World, because it's this like bar that's sitting right beside the river, and people speculate that this river has like a very high magnetic pull, and that is somehow associated with ghosts or spirits. Yep. So not only is this on a ley line, it's also on a coal mine. It's also right beside the Ohio River. So this place is kind of like buzzing with this spiritual energy. Right. Just because of the location.
Okay.
So, yeah. It is important to know also that this house played a role in the Underground Railroad. Okay. So, like, literally so much history. So, Jacob Hetherington and his associates actually aided the runaway slaves and they could use their house to run. So that's really it. And it actually doesn't, like, that story doesn't even connect anything with the ghost, but I just thought it was like important to mention. Like, that's awesome, you know?
Yeah.
We don't really get many of those stories talking about the stuff we do. So
yeah.
Awesome that they were helping the slaves run away using the Underground Railroad. So
helping to free people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yep. Awesome. So cool. But anyway, yeah. So Jacob and his mule, Jack, they built this house. He's the one that built and opened up the coal mine, started it. He's this coal mine tycoon. So him and his mule, they slowly, over many years, build a very successful coal mining business. And that's when he built the Bellaire House and lived in the house for years and years, until eventually the stress of him being this giant coal mining tycoon, it really took over. It took a big toll on him. So much so that he actually got sent to Athens Asylum for the criminally insane. No. Not criminally, for the insane.
Oh
Sorry.
My God, I was like, criminally? What did he do?
It just rolled off the tongue. No. Athens Asylum for the insane. Period. Dang. In December of 1887.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Damn, stress.
Stress will do it to you guys. I know it's easier to say stay stress-free as you can, but like really try, because it caused this for him.
Yeah, honestly, I need to try harder.
You do. I think we all do, honestly.
It's okay.
Yeah. But when he was sent to the asylum, his son Alexander and his granddaughter. Okay. Listen, this name, his granddaughter's name, it's spelled Lyde. I'm seeing people call her Lyde, but I low-key think it might be Liddy. I don't know.
Lyde.
I don't know.
It could be Liddy.
I don't know. I guess we'll say Lyde, but I just want to say what I felt. I just really feel like it could be Liddy. But anyway, Jacob's son, Alexander, and his granddaughter, Liddy/Lyde, they took control of the family business and the home once he was put into the asylum.
Okay.
Here's the crazy thing, though. Okay. As soon as Jacob transferred the house to Alexander, that's like the start of the really, really weird phenomena.
Really? Okay. So it wasn't even really happening when
he was it wasn't happening at all when he was there. Or, well, listen. Here's the thing. He went to an asylum.
Well, I guess maybe you're right. Maybe did they turn him insane? Like...
That's what I'm saying, Savannah.
Or did they contribute to his becoming insane?
It's really the only answer that I don't really have in this story is that, like, was this man actually insane? I don't know. Or did the ghost drive him insane? Or did people think he was crazy because he believed ghosts? Or was the ghost and him being crazy completely separate? I don't know. I tried to look, couldn't find anything. So we don't know about that. But it's at least said in these stories that the phenomenon starts when Alexander gets the house.
Yeah.
But honestly, if I had to put my money on it, I would bet that it was probably going on before, and that's why he was sent there.
Honestly, you're probably right. I would guess
because
that too.
Why would it just start? He's the one that built the house.
Yeah.
Like, it's still in the family. So that's just my personal opinion. There's no evidence of that, but that's just what I personally believe. But anyway, as soon as Alexander is now in control of the house, a fire broke out in the coal mines below the house. They obviously tried to snuff it out. Many attempts were made. Thousands of attempts were made. The fire kept reigniting, unfortunately, and they could not put out the fire for 6 months.
6 months?
You heard me. 6 months. Mm-hmm.
And there's just a fire going on underground for 6 months.
Yeah, people were killed. And I mean, like, obviously they're putting it out, snuffing it, and then it's like, okay, but then it reignites and it gets worse. So it's not like bad fire all the time, but it's like it is constantly burning, even if it's just a little bit, for 6 months. So, yeah, that was not good at all. And it said that Alex was also driven crazy and sent to an insane asylum. So that is where my theory really builds in. I mean, you could also argue, though, like, did it run in the family?
True.
And have nothing to do with the house or anything.
It sounds like it happened way faster for him than it did.
Well, I think I was just shortening the story.
Oh.
Hurrying it up, because there's a lot more to go through.
Okay.
But I don't actually know the timeline of that. But when Alexander was sent to the asylum, that is when Lyde/Liddy, his daughter, got the house. And so actually she had to share it with her brother Edwin. So both of them, the brother and the sister, now lived in the house. And they are the grandchildren of Jacob, who originally built the house.
Right. Okay.
So the brother and the sister, Liddy and Edwin, lived in the house for their entire lives. And Liddy ended up passing away in the home from old age. She was like 90-some.
Okay.
Like, so late 80s, 90s.
She never had to go to the asylum.
No. And she lived in the house and died in the house. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. Questions about that will probably remain forever.
Maybe the ghosts just like women.
Another thing, like, are women just stronger, like, mentally? Like, I'm not trying to go there, but I'm just saying, like, maybe Liddy could handle it more. I'm just saying.
Honestly, yeah.
Like, just saying.
I think we are.
Yeah.
Girl power?
Girl power, ever heard of mark? Exactly. Exactly. But yes, unfortunately, Miss Girl Power Liddy did pass away in the house, and she died in the first floor room just inside the front door.
Okay.
Today, that room is known as the seance room, fittingly. But why is that, you may ask? Well, we'll actually maybe get into that later, because I don't have it right under here. But keep the question for later for sure.
Okay, yes.
So, moving forward in time, this is the late 1800s, early 1900s.
Mm-hmm.
After all of Jacob's family eventually passes away and they sell the house went through several different owners over time all throughout the 1900s. And in 2005, it actually went into foreclosure. And that is when it was acquired by Kristen Lee. And currently today, she still owns it.
Okay.
So she's owned it for 20 years. She was actually looking for a place to call her and her family's forever home. And that's when they found the Bellaire House. It was under foreclosure, so it was a lot cheaper than the other houses on the market. Mm-hmm. Guys, I'm just saying, I know we're looking for deals. But, like, maybe just be careful. If it's, like, seems too good to be true, maybe it is.
Yeah, true.
Just a warning.
And, nowadays you can Google a house and make sure there was no, history of activity or anything like that.
Always Google the house, okay? I'm sure, and it was 2005, so it wasn't easy for Kristen to Google it back then.
Yeah.
But
don't blame her.
No, not at all. And she obviously finds this beautiful house. It's a 2-story fixer-upper, really cheap. And she's like, okay, well, we can fix it up, and that's perfect.
Yeah.
And when they moved in, they were so happy. And the activity started immediately, but it did start out really small. real small, as it always does, you know. Kristen said when they first moved in, they would hear what sounded like footsteps in the attic. And
footsteps.
Footsteps in the attic. So she would go up there thinking somebody in her family was just in the attic. Because they're moving, so, like, maybe people are putting stuff in the attic.
Right.
Nobody's up there. Eventually, this becomes, like, every day. And she's like, okay, something's in the attic.
Oh, my God. That's scary.
Yeah, that's not good.
I would immediately think it's a killer.
The killer. Literally. I would be like, somebody's frogging in my house. If you don't know what frogging is, that means they're secretly living in your house. Mm-hmm. And that's my biggest fear. So
yeah.
But unfortunately, the footsteps in the attic, that's slight work compared to what's going to happen, okay? It does not stop there. It gets only much worse. Kristen wakes up one night to see an apparition at the foot of her bed. And she describes this as just a gray shadow outline of a man. Today, he's referred to as the gray man. They see him often.
That's horrible.
Yeah. It's absolutely disgusting.
Oh my God.
Kristen said that heavy boxes, obviously they're moving, so there's boxes and there's heavy stuff in them. They would be, you know, put somewhere, say there's a box right here, and then she would go by it a couple hours later, the box wouldn't be there, so she'd be like, hello, husband, where'd you move my box? And he was like, I didn't move the box. Oh. And she was like, well, I didn't move the box. And it actually ended up, like, causing a lot of marital issues for them because they, like, were not trusting each other, obviously.
Yeah.
Because who else is going to move the box? Mm-hmm. Like, I would be like, you're messing with me.
Oh, my God. Yeah, see, like, I would do the same thing. Yeah. Be like, okay, like, I definitely didn't move it.
Right, I didn't move the box. And eventually, they did find out. Oh, it's not us. We're not pranking each other. It's the ghost.
Okay, how did they determine that, though? Because that's...
Well, I mean, I just think that maybe they were both together one time and stuff was moved. Or maybe multiple times. And they were able to try it over time. Because this was happening eventually every single day.
Right.
After a while. So, yeah, it's just crazy. But then, dun.
Okay.
It ends in a physical attack of Kristen and her dog. She doesn't even really get into it of, like, exactly what happened. Mm-hmm. But it was so bad that she immediately moved out of the house and started running this property as a rental property. Which, respect to her, seriously. She was like, I mean, I can't lose all this money. Even though it was still cheap, like, I can't just sell it to somebody. So she's like, let's try to rent it to people. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Smart decision. Yeah. And, you know, she was renting it. Tenants would come to her all the time with stories of things happening. One tenant had the entire chandelier fall, missing him by like half an inch, and it would have killed him. So then he moved out.
Can you imagine a chandelier falling and almost hitting you?
No, let me tell you what. I just told you, so I just said something else was my worst fear. Yeah. And a big fear of mine is even just a ceiling fan falling on me. So if a chandelier fell
that's horrible.
Oh, no. No. It's like Final Destination is what that's giving. So yeah, he moved out after that, obviously, as I would too. And so, yeah. Kristen did try living in it again. Didn't work out. Nothing changed. Yeah. So her and her family completely moved out of there. And she tried renting the house, but she just could not seem to keep tenants to stay. You know, they couldn't, they would never fulfill their lease. You know, they would leave early. And she was like, guys, we have to do something. Like, we have to do something that can still make us money because, like, guys, it has to be something.
She's going to have to just try to sell the house and hope people don't know that there's ghosts.
Do you know what she did instead?
What did she do?
She turned the Bellaire House into a paranormal research center. Okay. That you can rent out and investigate for yourself.
That's okay. That's what you do with that kind of place.
Right. Like, if you cannot, and she did, obviously they did try to sell it. Yeah. Nobody bought it.
See, okay. So I totally get, okay. So that is actually the best thing you could have done because, seriously, if there's all these unwanted ghosts, okay, who wants the ghosts? People who are looking for them. So, you invite them in.
Yeah. It perfect. Only makes sense, right? It makes so much sense.
I don't know why I didn't even think of that.
Right. Love that for her. So we'll get more into those details later. But back to the ghost and who is in this house, right?
Okay, yeah.
So, as I mentioned earlier, Lyde/Liddy, don't know, Jacob's granddaughter. She died in the house, right? There was nothing like suspicious or anything like about her death that was weird. She was old, as I mentioned. But when she died, her brother Edwin was extremely, extremely depressed. They grew up together completely and lived together their whole entire life. So I completely understand like being that sad, and he obviously missed her, and he was like, I want to try to contact her through the dead.
Oh, he got a little Ouija board.
So that is actually why the room is called the seance room today.
Really? Okay,
it is not because ghost hunters go in there to have seances, even though they totally do that today.
It's because he did it first.
It's because Edwin did it first.
I love that, actually.
Right. I do. I really love that. And so he actually, I've seen interviews of him. He claims that he would do it multiple times a day and just go try to talk to her with a Ouija board. And unfortunately for him, what he did not realize that he was doing, so psychics and mediums have been into the house, obviously, since then.
Yeah.
And they seem to believe that he opened portals. So this place was already...
multiple portals?
I'll tell you how many in just a minute. So
I don't like the sound of that.
No. So like it's just very deep subject, but essentially like whenever you talk to ghosts, allegedly, they say you open a portal to the other side and you need to close it, say goodbye, so that things cannot get through.
Oh, so he never said goodbye?
Well, this is the 1800s, 1900s. Like they don't know to say goodbye yet. It's not 2025 where we all know that they have to say goodbye.
Yeah.
So he didn't know. And the mediums and the psychics that have went to the house, they do claim that there are 11 open portals in the house. They have tried to close them. Not successful. So
see, the way you were saying it, that there were that many, I thought there was going to be way more than 11. Well, 11 is still a lot.
I feel like even any more than one is crazy.
I mean, it is.
11 portals in one room?
It is. No, that is crazy.
Right. And it's
just one big portal at that point, right?
That story, right. That's right. Like, and how do they technically pinpoint the different portals? I don't really know that answer, but...
I don't know either.
I don't know. But anyway, I have not told you one of the most important parts of the story yet. I was saving it. So let's get into it. On March 17th, 1940, long before the deaths of Jacob or Liddy or anybody that I've talked about, there was another disaster. And it went down in the coal mine.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, dun, dun, dun is right. There was a huge explosion in the mine.
Okay.
And it ended up trapping and killing 46 coal miners that day. Obviously, rescue went down trying to pull people out. 2 additional rescue workers were killed as well. 160 other people were severely injured in this disaster. It's so awful the way they describe it. And so all of this is really bad, okay? Just you guys have to know this is horrible. All of their causes of death they were determined to be, they called it a blanket of black damp. And black damp is actually a gas that forms in mines after an explosion. So to make things just only 10 times worse, the blast of the explosion and the fire did not kill these people. It was, or not even the debris falling after the explosion. It was the gas that was formed after the explosion coming from the mine. So they kind of probably lived through some of the other awful stuff and then died from the gas. So it's just really bad.
Mines scare me so much.
Same. I cannot even fathom the fact that we went into one.
I know.
I think about it so often, especially when I was doing this story. I was like, I know it's theoretically safe, but like we didn't know.
Yeah.
Like that's so scary. And I can't believe my whole family works in the coal mines.
I was fine going through the one we did because it was obviously for tourists and they built it higher up than normal mines are, because normal mines you're crawling through.
3 feet, yeah.
That is what scares me. No. Like these ones it was tolerable. Like, you know, it's
totally.
And we're on like a moving thing that can get us out relatively quickly.
Yeah.
What I get scared of is that it's so small and it's like it's so hard to get out again.
No way to get out.
Like, oh my God.
Oh, I could never be a coal miner.
You just get
Seriously,
trapped.
if you're a coal miner, I don't know how you do it.
I don't know either.
No way. No way. So obviously, that shook everybody in the town up. This was a mining town. Yeah. Everybody lived and worked in the mine, so it was a lot. And what's even more wild is that this mine was actually labeled one of the most modern and one of the most safe mines to work in at the time, really? Which drew a lot more people in to work at it. So this disaster was it was horrific. Oh, no. In every way, in every single way. And most people actually do believe that this incident is actually what started the ghost activity in the house. Okay. So, yeah. And also, let's never forget that the house is built on top of the mine.
Yeah, so. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So, yes, the ghosts of all those miners are said to be in the house. Okay.
Let's know that. How many were there, did you say?
I did. It was... So, 2 rescue workers were killed, 46 coal miners, so 48 people total.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and that doesn't even count the people that died in the fire in the mine before that, because there was another fire in the mine that killed people before. So there's a lot of people that have died in this mine, and there's a lot of people that haunt this house. But it's not only the coal miners and the family that haunt this house. There's other people too. There was a servant named Mary that worked at the house for a long time. And according to locals, Mary actually had a child within the house. And it was like a secret child. So like the kid didn't really leave the house. They raised the child in the house.
Wait, that's crazy.
My guess is that because like I'm assuming she was like a servant slave. Right. And I'm assuming maybe the baby was with somebody in the family.
Yeah.
And so like that's why the child was hidden. Yeah, and anyway, it's rumored that the child's bloodline was crucial in strengthening an entity residing in the house. What does that mean? I know. Let me explain to you in dumbed down words. The evidence states that Mary's child, the secret kid, was lured into the attic window where he fell to his death. And that was when he was discovered, was when he fell out of the window and died. Okay, so I know how that sounds. Like, it just sounds crazy.
Yes.
And it sounds like, I don't know. It just sounds like maybe he fell accidentally. Like, he was a secret kid. Maybe he lived in the attic. I don't know. However, no. You see this tragic event of him going up into the attic and then getting into the window and then somehow falling out of it. It actually has been repeated in history many times with children in this house. Another young child was lured into the attic, fell out the window, and it wasn't until it became a paranormal investigation place that adults have started to be getting lured into the attic and being drawn to the window.
Okay.
And so that's when people were like, okay, wait, maybe... It wasn't really until recently that people were like, maybe those kids, like, maybe they weren't just being dumb and fell out the window. Yeah. Like, maybe something else. Maybe it's something else.
Right. Oh, my God.
We'll get into that a little bit more later, too. Just keep that in the back of your head. So, let's see here. Okay, so the adults who have experienced this, they say it feels like something, it takes over them, and they just feel like they must go to the attic. If you've ever been on a ghost investigation, you're told, like, if you have that feeling of, like, you need to go somewhere, you need to go. Like, if you're looking for ghosts and you get a feeling, maybe that's something telling you, like, you need to go to the attic.
Right.
So these people who are going to the Bellaire House to investigate, they're like, okay, I'm being drawn to the attic, let's go. They go up there and they start immediately walking to the window. They get up to the window, and that's when the adults kind of come out of the trance and they're like, what am I doing? Like, why am I beside this window?
That's so scary.
Right. Right. So, like, is that a coincidence that that's happening to people now? Or is that what happened to the kids back in the day, too? And this dark entity or whatever is, like, causing that. That's what people believe now.
Oh, no.
And that it started with that child.
Yeah.
Because the ghost in the attic, that's the very first ghost, if you remember, that Kristen heard walking around in the attic. It's kind of believed that whatever that thing is in the attic, it's probably came from Edwin's portals. Like, it's like, people suspect that it's like a demon.
Oh my gosh, it's all connected. So the portals are like releasing things, and now it's calling them into the attic. And...
Yeah. And so it's kind of, it seems like really out there, but essentially what's happening is that whatever this thing is that's in the attic, this evil, because anything that goes on in the attic, people get scratched. I'll get into it more, but like only bad ghost experiences happen in this attic. But then throughout the rest of the house, tons of paranormal things will go on, but it's like normal things. It's right. You hear like, stuff. Yeah. You see maybe a little glimpse of something, but it's not like scary. It's not like hurting you. But the attic is where the bad is happening. So what's going on in the house is it's said that there is a motherly ghost in here. Okay. We don't know. Like, could that be Liddy/Lyde? Maybe. But could it be anybody else? Also, we don't know who it could be. I love
how we still don't know how to say her name.
No, and I never will know. I just like Liddy.
I like Liddy better.
But people were saying Lyde. So I'm like, it feels disrespectful to know that people were saying Lyde and not say Lyde.
Yeah.
I don't know. Somebody tell me. But yeah, they're said to be like this one really powerful motherly energy ghost who seems to be trying to protect the other ghost in the house.
Okay.
And what's happening is that this is kind of causing like a ghost war in this house.
A ghost war? What?
That's what the paranormal investigators are saying. Like, it seems like there's like, the energy feels like there is a negative and a positive, and it just feels like tension in this house. And like when they're doing like EVP sessions or like trying to talk to the ghost, they will get multiple different answers. And some people are like more chill, more talking, and other people are like, you need to die right now. So
what?
Yeah.
This place is actually full of stuff.
Full.
Okay, like
no
when
vacancy.
you did say in the beginning of this that this is one of the most haunted houses in America, right?
Yeah.
I didn't believe you.
I know.
I believe you.
I know.
And you're not even done.
I'm not done. No.
Oh my gosh.
So let's get into some of the bad things.
Oh my gosh.
I'll end with this, okay?
Okay.
I'll end with what's going to happen to you if you go into the attic. So
oh, no.
It is said that any kind of paranormal experience that you could have, you will have in this house.
Oh my
Obviously,
God.
we have the footsteps. You hear voices. You hear whispering. You get touched. You get kicked.
A little bit of everything.
Every single thing that could happen, it's been documented in this house 100 times over. There have even... No, this is where I can't deal. There have been reports of balls falling down the staircases. No balls to be found in the house.
Oh.
Like, it's not like we have a ball basket over here. Yeah. Like, you can play with them for the kids. No. Just random balls.
People just see them falling down the stairs?
Yeah. They'll just be falling down the stairs. Nobody pushing it. Nobody doing nothing. Just a ball. Appear out of thin air. Okay. And that actually, even more weird thing, that is said to happen when people are arguing in the house. So people will be arguing, ball gets thrown. So that's giving like a child
Yes,
ghost.
it is.
Like, mommy and daddy stop fighting.
Yeah, it's like, stop fighting. I'm going to distract you.
Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. People will also get scratched to the point of blood, even. Oh my God. Cut, I would argue. That's how you would say that. Yep. Mostly happens on your arm, but sometimes it happens on your back, too. People will get thrown down the stairs. Some people have even broken bones from being thrown down the stairs, okay? I'm literally not even kidding. Yeah. And truly and honestly, we would be here forever if I was going to tell you every single thing that's ever happened in this house. Sam and Colby if you know me, you know I love them. They have like a 2-hour video at this place. Stuff is going on every single second. They can't even get the intro of the video done without stuff happening.
Really?
They're like, hey, we're Sam and Colby, and like 10 things happen in the background. Like, I was like, wow, insane. There's tons of people investigating on YouTube and stuff. Like, it's a deep, dark hole you can go down.
Okay. Listen, we need to go. We need to go and investigate and then go to the Red Brick afterwards.
Yes, get some pizza afterwards. I'm telling you. And what a great segue for me to say that you can, in fact, rent this place out. They have like nightly like rent outs, or you can even do like private weekends. Like you can have the whole weekend if you want. You can, I mean, anytime. It's literally a paranormal research center. So you can go anytime. And it's so cool. I just feel like we have to go. And it's honestly not even that far from us, Savannah. Like, I feel like we got to check it out.
Okay, how far?
I didn't look. But, like, Ohio's not that far.
Ohio seems kind of far. Is it not?
I mean, we went there for Mothman.
I guess you're right.
It's not that far.
Yeah, true.
It's like 6. Not that bad. But yeah, that...
So, do they have the equipment there? Or you have to bring your own equipment? Because it's like a paranormal research center.
You're right. I didn't look into that.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah. That's the story of the Bellaire House.
Wow. Oh my god. That actually is like one of the most haunted places I've ever heard of.
Seriously. I was like, wow, this is a lot. Crazy. This is a lot. And I, like, listen, I know I would be so scared. But I would absolutely be in that attic. I gotta know. But I wouldn't be up there by myself. No way, Jose. No way, Jose. No. Would you?
Maybe. I don't want to get scratched.
Right. Or pushed on the stairs? Break a bone?
Like, no.
I would get scratched.
You would?
If I could pick. Like, if I had to be pushed on the stairs. Or
pushed on the stairs?
Yeah. I would rather be
I guess.
Scratched, I guess. But... This is not an invitation to the ghost to scratch me. Please don't do that.
Yeah, don't.
But, yeah. Shout out to our Ohio stories today.
Yeah.
That was not planned.
For real.
That was not planned.
That's crazy.
Like, what? I don't know. That, to me, is the universe sending us a sign that we need to go to Ohio.
Right. Yeah, we might need to go.
Feels right. But definitely be sure to check out our Instagram for pictures from our story this week.
Yeah.
You will definitely want to see that Remember Me.
Yeah, the Remember Me. I'm going to post a picture of that.
Yeah. Insane. The Bellaire House. Also, I didn't even mention what it looked like on the outside.
Oh, was it? It's
like a 2-story house, but no. Savannah, let me pull it up for you. It genuinely looks like the most typical haunted house.
Really?
It's like on a hill. Yes, it's like, no, what is this? It's like on a hill, and ew, it's just like the way it's,
I'm ready to see it.
I don't know. Also, dang it, I was going to say, what color do you think it is? It's also like yellow and brown.
Yeah, no, why does that actually look like a typical haunted house, like in a movie?
Quite literally, it's this one right here. It's literally, it's giving Monster House.
Yes,
specifically.
It really is.
Yeah. So, not only is it creepy, it also looks creepy from the outside.
I mean, like, if you don't know
you can make
it does look like a nice house.